إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. I welcome all of you. We continue reading from al-Mulakhas al-Fiqhi of our noble Shaykh al-Allama al-Doktor Salih bin Fawzan al-Fawzan حفظه الله تعالى ومتعه بالصحة والعافية وغفر له ولوالديه وللمسلمين والمسلمات آمين. We're still in the section of marriage, the chapter before the last, still on the Ishrat al-Nisa, the how a husband and wife live together, and especially their rights. And now we're talking about the things that the responsibilities of the husband, and also what is the rights that the husband over his, some of the rights that the husband have over his wife as related to telling her certain things, do certain things a certain way. Can she obey him or not? Does he have the right to tell her these things? For example, they don't go there. Can she leave the house without his permission? Many other things that we've been covering, alhamdulillah. This is important. Knowledge makes things easy. A lot of families are suffering and going through a lot of problems. Husband and wife getting into a lot of problems. And that affects their ibadah, affect everything around them, simply because they want to do things their way instead of learning the right way, the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has legislated. If they don't learn what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala legislate for them, how to deal with one another, how to treat each others, knowing what is your rights, what is your obligation, what to say, what not, what is for you and what is not. If they don't do this, then they're going to keep continuing to get in the face of one another. Whenever he talks to her, she's like, who are you to talk to me? Whenever she talks to him, he's like, you got no business talking to me. And then this is not the way that a husband and a wife talk to each other in Islam. They have to live with one another with respect. But they need to have knowledge. Not just he will tell her anything and she will say no to everything. He needs to learn so he can tell her only that which Allah has legislated, and she should know that too, because she knows now if she said no to him, she's saying no to the command of Allah. It's not personal. Some people, they want to make it personal. Now you still have to do what's pleasing to your Lord. Now we're going to continue on the point number 13, because there is 16 points in this chapter. Point number 13: وَلِلزَّوْجِ مَنْعُ زَوْجَتِهِ مِنَ الْخُرُوجِ مِنْ مَنْزِلِهِ لِغَيْرِ حَاجَةٍ ضَرُورِيَّةٍ فَلَا يَتْرُكُهَا تَذْهَبُ حَيْثُ شَاءَتْ وَيَحْرُمُ عَلَيْهَا الْخُرُوجُ بِلَا إِذْنِهِ لِغَيْرِ ضَرُورَةٍ وَيُسْتَحَبُّ لِلزَّوْجِ أَنْ يَأْذَنَ لَهَا بِالْخُرُوجِ لِتُمَرِّضَ مَحْرَمَهَا كَأَخِيهَا وَعَمِّهَا لِمَا فِي ذَلِكَ مِنْ صِلَةِ الرَّحِمِ وليس له أن يمنعها من زيارة أبويها لها في بيته إلا إذا خاف منهما ضررا بإفسادها عليه بسبب زيارتهما لها فله منعهما حينئذ من زيارتها. It is for the husband to prevent his wife from going out of the house unnecessarily. So if a woman, she just want to get out, she just getting out. Some women are like that. Some women, mashallah, they stay home, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنْ, stay in your homes. The believing woman does not leave the house unless if for necessity. That's the believing woman, the woman that wants good from Allah. The woman, the believing woman, that she wants rewards from her Lord. Her house is the best place for her. She doesn't leave the house unless for a reason. The ulama, they mention if someone, whether it be her husband or even before she get married, her parents, her father, brothers, uncles, whatever, they taking care of her needs. She doesn't have to go to do no groceries. She doesn't have to go do anything else. Then she should not frequently leave the house. The house should be the best. We have examples from the Salaf, from the female Salaf. Months go by, they don't leave the house. They just don't. Why? Because they do what's pleasing to Allah. Now you find some women they feel like if they don't leave the house, they're like in jail. And they want to nag the husband. Or those who are not married, they want to nag their parents. Why you think I'm a prisoner? You think I'm this, I'm that? Everybody is out except for me. This is not about your father or your husband. It's about you doing what's pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Aina. And that's why you will understand why the reason and the hikmah and the wisdom behind the Prophet ﷺ telling the men to choose the religious woman. Because she's not going to give you no hard time when it comes to applying the deen of Allah. She loves to be in the house. Even if the husband tell her, well, you can leave. She's like, listen, brother, my house is better for me. Okay? But if a person marry a woman that she's a Muslim, but she doesn't understand her religion, she's going to give him a lot of hard time. I want to go there. Some women, we're going to meet somewhere. Or they're going to go here. They're going to go over there. They says they want to go to the mall. I'm going to go with my friends in here. And he like, sister, you can't, I don't want you to leave. Why? Who are you to talk to me? Huh? Why you leave? And I am stay here. Huh? It's easy for you. Stuff like that. Giving him hard time, and then usually results to a lot of problems, which usually leads to divorce and splitting the family, and you know what all the damage that he brings with. So it is. So we want the women to know, the Muslim women, that they want to meet Allah while Allah is pleasing with them. It is the right of a husband to prevent his wife from going out of the house unnecessarily. He should not let her go wherever she likes without his permission. Yes, the Muslim woman, she asks permission before she leaves. She wants to leave the house. Her husband is in the home, she talk to him. If he said yes, alhamdulillah. If he said no, still alhamdulillah. Not like, if he said yes, give him a hug, you're the best husband, this and that. If he said no, he's the worst husband. How could it be like that? Even if he said no, that's it. She's just said alhamdulillah, no problem, because that's his right. Now, he said he should not let her go wherever she likes without his permission. Moreover, it is prohibited for the wife to go out of the house without the permission of her husband, unless necessary. It's not permissible for her to just leave without the permission, unless if it's necessary, like medical reason. He's at work or he's traveling, but then one of the children she has to rush them to the hospital. Yes, she can do that. Or gas leak in the house, fire in the house. She's not going to stay there and wait for permission. No, she grab her children, if she has children, and she leave the house to safe, alhamdulillah. But just for her to just keep living like that, la. On the other hand, it is desirable for the husband to grant his wife permission to go out to nurse her legally and marriageable relatives, meaning mahram. Dear mahram, the mahram that it's okay for her to be around, like her parents, grandparents, uncles, her brothers, not her cousins. Okay, not cousins, because her cousins, they are not mahram for her. She cannot be alone with them. Such as her brother or uncle, for example, for this involves maintaining the ties of kinship. Now, furthermore, the husband is not entitled to prevent his wife's parents from visiting her at home, unless he fears that they may turn her against him whenever they come to visit her. In this case, it is for the husband to prevent them from visiting her. Not all the parents are the same, on the same level. Some parents, they want good for their daughter, so they advise her to be patient, be nice to your husband. They provide her with sincere advice. Naam. Parents who wants good for their daughter, they provide her with constant, reminders. This is now you're married. That man is not any man. That man is your husband. It means that he has rights over you. Actually, his right is number one. Okay? And you have to obey him, because obeying him is obedience to Allah. It has nothing to do with him, because Allah put him in that position. Okay? So let not the shaitan fool you. Don't listen to those women who they didn't understand the religion. They don't have the sound understanding of the Salaf. Because some women, they be whispering to other women's ears. No, why we don't see you so much? We just came from the mall. Why can't you come out? Why? No, my husband didn't want me to go. What? We live in the 21st century. You still have to give permission from your husband? This is, where you think you live? Huh? This is America. You're a Muslim. It doesn't matter where you live. Do what's pleasing to Allah in any given time, in any given century, in any given place. You do what's pleasing to Allah. Don't listen to those women. They want you to go against commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No. So, the good parents, the good parents who wants good for their wives, actually for their daughter, now they will tell her these things. They will admonish her. They will constantly talk to her and remind her to assume her responsibilities in her household. Now she has a responsibility. She has a role to play in this family. They even provide her with books, with CDs, with quotes and links of the ulama. They help. They help her. But then, as we mentioned, there is other parents who they are on the other side of the track. They constantly nagging her. Don't listen to him. He ain't nobody. He ain't nobody? What are you talking about? He's nobody. Do not listen to him. Whatever he tell you, don't do it. If don't worry. Just leave and come to us. We will talk to him. I'll see him at Asr, inshallah, and talk to him. What are you talking about? This is not right. This father doesn't want good for his daughter, period. And then when if she don't understand the religion and listen to her parents, which she shouldn't, she should tell the parents, subhanallah, fear Allah, you should help me out. You don't tell me, you want me to go against, you want to turn me against my husband? You should advise me to be nice and kind and patient. Now, some women, they don't understand neither, and she listened to her parents. Now she be divorced. Now they want to fight. Why you divorce our daughter? Well, she has a big mouth. She don't listen. She got attitude, and because of you guys. All right, so now you deal with her. Alhamdulillah for Islam, ya akhi, wallahi. So it's important for us to understand that. Now, but this doesn't mean because the husband has the right and his wife should not leave without his permission, that he will that's it. He already take it upon himself. I will never, ever grant her any permission. You can't do that, man. You got to understand the deen correctly. You got to let her go, take her with you. She can go visit with her parents. She can go visit her uncle, her grandparents. And the husband allow the parents to come and visit her in the house. Unless, the Shaykh says, unless if those parents are turning her against him. If they are turning her against him, and I read a fatwa of Shaykh bin Baz, is on his website as well, he said the same thing. Naam, the husband should allow the wife to visit with her parents, whether she go to them or they come and visit her in his house. And he should have no problem with that. And he should be nice to them and kind, whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims. Unless if they become a problem, they're going to turn her against him. Or if she's going to go to her parents, but then in their house there is a lot of haram going on. If they are non-Muslims and shirk and dogs and mixing and music and alcohol and partying and that father or stepfather is not to be trusted. No, he should let her go there. Likewise, Muslims' parents, but they are not upon Sunnah. They just Muslim by affiliation. Now it doesn't matter who come to the house and who says what. Then that's two. The man should look at the interest of his wife. Now, point number 14. وله منعها من تأجير نفسها والتحاقها بالوظائف لأنه يقوم بكفايتها ولأن ذلك يفوت عليه حقه عليها ويعطل تربيتها لأولادها ويعرضها للخطر الخلقي خصوصا في هذا الزمان الذي قل فيه الحياء والاحتشام وكثر فيه دعاة السوء والإجرام وصارت النساء تخالط الرجال في المكاتب والمجالات والأعمال وربما تحصل الخلوة المحرمة فالخطر شديد والابتعاد عنه واجب أكيد. قال وله منعها من إرضاع ولدها من غيره إلا لضرورة. Point number 14, Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan Ta'ala still now mentioning the thing that is okay for the husband to do. Okay, from the thing that is okay for the husband. And the wife, she should know and she should have no problem with this because this is okay for him to do. Yes, if he starts telling her something else that is not from Islam, then she should know. I can't do that. But now things that are legislated, alhamdulillah, because this beautiful religion command us and legislate for us only that which is good for us. Because it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the all-wise, al-Hakim, al-Adl, the just. So no woman should say, man, I'm oppressed. No, you're not. Allah wants good for you. Okay? Naam. The husband is also entitled to prevent his wife from being hired or employed, meaning for having a job and the like. He can prevent her. She just like he married a woman, and after a couple of months, she's filing out applications. He's like, what's that for? She's like, I'm looking for a job. He's like, no, you're not. You don't need a job. Or one morning, she's like, oh, listen, drop me off with you on the way to work. Drop me off at this facility. For what? I got an interview. For what? For the job. He's like, I ain't going to no interview. He has the right to say that. No, he don't take her to that interview. Okay? The Shaykh says the husband is also entitled to prevent his wife from being hired or employed, as he is supposed to provide her or for her and to meet all her needs. You see, that's the condition. Now you find a man who don't want to maintain his wife. You know what I'm saying? Now you find it even worse. Some man who, he's the one who tell his wife, go find a job. And he stays home. And third bowl of cereal, fifth bowl of cereal. I don't know, what are you doing in the house? Watching TV. No, the man, he goes to work. The woman stay home. The roles cannot be reversed. But unfortunately, some people, they do it this way. It's okay with him. He don't look for a job. He's a strong brother. But why, akhi? It's okay. He don't feel like to, but, you know, his wife is doing it. It's okay. Let her do it. What do you mean, let her do it? You can't switch the roles. It's for the man to maintain the house, not the woman. The man's supposed to go and look for a job or to start a business. And maintain the household. The woman, she stay home. So you got to understand the statements in here. Yes, he has the right to tell her, no, you're not going to work. You're not getting no job. If he is maintaining her. And he should. That's his responsibility. Now, this is also because being hired or employed, meaning the woman, the wife, makes the wife too busy to fully observe her husband's rights or to look after her children. You see? There's a lot of evil comes from that. Now she can neglect her rights. She go to work, and she sometimes she go, like when you find those who said, no, both of us have to work. You work, I work. Some men, they even make it a condition. When they want to get married, you have a job? No, I can't marry her. He want to marry only a woman that have a job. And yet, some of them have to have a good job. Because she has to pay the bills. He's like, look, it's 50-50. No, she's not a wife now. She's a roommate. Now she become a roommate now. 50-50 in everything. What are you talking about? This is Islam? Even if the woman have money and she's rich, she's not responsible of any bill of any color, brother. If she want to help freely, willingly, it's okay. But you don't tell her, hey, listen, you got a job, you got money, or your father is rich. Well, listen, you want to stay together, your father gonna put something down. No, he doesn't have to. No, this is how it works. So now, if that woman go to work, sometimes she has to go before him. Now she has to get her own car. She has to drive. I don't know what's going to happen to her in the highway 5, whatever highway is. She got a flat tire now. Who's going to help her? Some kafir man pull over to help her now. You know? Allah al-Musta'an. And not along if the Sheikh is going to mention where she going to be working at. But with that, the Sheikh he mentioned, he said, now, when a woman leave the house to go to work, now she's neglecting her husband, the rights. And if they have children, who's going to take care of those children? She has to go to work, and she have a 6 months baby. 6 months baby can stay home by themselves? Huh? So what is the alternative? What is they have to find a solution, right? What is the solution, no? What is it? Huh? I don't care. They have to put that 6 months in a don't care. Huh? Daycare? Don't care, brother. Because nobody care about your child more than you. You think they care? They call it daycare. I call it don't care. Because who will care about your children more than you? And we didn't see what the kids they go through on those daycares? Huh? Abuse and this and... Now you're going to like that 2 years old, 1 year old, you got to get up also at 5 o'clock in the morning. Be dropped at 5:45 to some strangers. They crying and the mother is pushing him, go, I got to go, I'm late, I'm going to go. Got to go where? Where are you going, this mother? The baby is crying and says, go. And who knows? If that person who works in that care, if they have good manners and akhlaq, and you can only hope that might take that baby. Well, how many babies? You got 20 of them. All of them are crying, all of them need to be changed. Sometimes that person is there only for the money, it's not for something else. Don't care, baby can cry. Some babies cry there until they pass out and they get tired. No diapers is changed, no food, nothing. Allah al-Musta'an. And the woman is responsible for all of this. Because she just wants, I got to get my own paycheck. Because I want to file my own W-2. I got to get some money. No, you don't. You're missing on a big rewards, and also you're subjecting yourself to a lot of trouble. I know. On the other hand, the Shaykh said, and also work may also expose the wife to immoral situations. I know. He said, especially these days of ours, when decency and morality have become rare, whereas dissoluteness and immorality are widespread. When a woman is going to go work in UPS, subhanAllah, a Muslim woman in hijab want to work in UPS. What's she going to do with those Hispanics and kuffar and all kinds of race and and they just want to talk about, you know what they want to talk about. You think they're going to say, oh man, well, there's a Muslim woman in here. Wash your mouth, brothers, all right? Wash your mouth, all right? Yeah, right. They don't care. She should care. Her husband should care. Her father, when the husband go to the father and say, Ammi, listen, your daughter, she's like, listen, she said she want to go to work. The father should say that again? She said she want to go to work. So he said, no way. I'll talk to her. Come on. Let's go right now. And he go and talk to her. Said, you're not going to work. This man is taking care of you. The bills are paid. You got food. You're, alhamdulillah. You're not going to work. Well, but all my friends are working. Well, okay. Who are these friends? Well, so-and-so. She has no husband. And she has children. She has to go to work. Ain't nobody taking care of her. You're not like her. You're not in a position. She has to go to work. She's not married. And nobody in her family is taking care of her. She has to. You don't have to. Well, the other one, her husband work and he has a businessman and she go to work. She has a problem. And she need to fix it like we're trying to fix this problem too with you. Somebody need to talk to her. Her parents need to step up to the plate and tell her, listen, daughter, stay home. You ain't going to no work because that's not good for you. Okay? Wallahu al-musta'an. Now a woman is going to go and if she drives, if she doesn't drive, she has to take the bus and a MARTA and 2 buses and 2 trains. Yeah, subhanallah. Only to go to a warehouse or to an office loaded with men, have no respect, have no akhlaq, no manners, no morals, mixing this. And what a man is this who's going to allow his wife to do all of these things? For money, because she has to pay half of the rent? Nas'alullah as-salam wal-afiyah. The Shaykh says, look, she will go to places where immorality and subhanallah, widespread. He said, in other words, women nowadays mingle with men in offices and workplaces involving prohibited privacy, which is a great moral danger that undoubtedly must be avoided, the Shaykh says. SubhanAllah. Must be avoided. Naam. And this is a very important point that the Shaykh is mentioning in here. Some women, they become materialistic. I got my own paycheck. I want to have my own money. I don't want you to give me anything. And then when she get her money at the expense of what? Her neglecting her rights in the house, or neglecting her husband, disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, subjecting herself to a lot of problems. You see? Subhanallah. So this advice is important for the women and for the men too. The men have to assume their responsibilities to maintain the household, to provide and to fear Allah, and to provide from halal, not from haram. From halal. A little bit of halal that's all what you need. Not just make money in any way, in any manner. You gotta feed your children and your wife only halal. The money and the earning have to be lawful. Don't just look at what the people are driving better than you, living in bigger houses. Are we going to move to our house? We have to buy our house. Now the rates of is only 3.7%. You know what I'm talking about, the riba. We have to take advantage of this golden opportunity. The market now is down and the banks, they flexible. But the banks never flexible. Never. They always take advantage of people. They always think. They flatten their muscles. So the women should not be like that. The woman, she should be content with whatever. Alhamdulillah, she's like, look, she should tell her husband all the time, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't earn nothing haram, okay? Fear Allah. Don't bring us no haram. Please. That's a righteous woman. She remind her husband all the time, please don't do no haram, okay? If anybody invite you to any deal or whatever, please don't bring nothing haram. We don't need a lot of money. We need more taqwa. We don't need a lot of money. We need obedience. We need Allah to be pleased with us. We don't need more money. We need barakah. If you're obedient husband, if you're pious and righteous, Allah will put barakah and blessings in whatever you bring. We don't need to own our house. Paying the rent is fine with us. We don't need to buy or drive a 2016 cars. Alhamdulillah. That 10 years old car or 15 years old, even giving us problems, alhamdulillah. But we don't want to deal with the problems on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Riba and haram and mortgage and all that is bad. Has a lot of evil. That's why Allah made it haram. This is a righteous woman. Not a woman that is nagging him every day. For how long we're going to live in the same place? For how long we're going to have the same couches? I'm tired of the women for the past 3-4 years. Whenever I can't even invite the sister in my house because they're going to see the same furniture. So what's the problem? You have furniture. Some people don't. Some other people, they sleep under bridges. On a carton board of maybe of that fridge of yours that came in it. Right or wrong? That nice fridge. Now they take that carton board from the what do you call it? Hey, from the dumpster and garbage. That's their bed. Now you have a mattress and you're like worried about some sister's gonna complain, and you don't worry about you pushing your husband to do haram. Subhanallah. قال وله منعها من إرضاع ولدها من غيره إلا لضرورة. The Shaykh mentioned also the husband is also entitled to prevent his wife from it is for the husband to prevent his wife from breastfeeding her baby from a former husband unless necessary. That's his right. If he married a woman and she has a baby and she gave birth to his son or daughter, yes. But if it's necessary, because that's the only way that baby will eat, yes, it's okay, inshallah ta'ala. In addition, number 15, ولا يلزم الزوجة طاعة أبويها إذا طلب منها فراق زوجها ولا طاعتهما في زيارتها لهما إذا كان زوجها لا يرضى بذلك بل طاعة زوجها أحق. وقد روى الإمام أحمد وغيره أن عمة حسين أتت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال أذات زوج أنت؟ قالت نعم. قال انظري أين أنت منه فإنما هو جنتك ونارك. In addition, in this point number 15, the wife is not to obey her parents when they ask her to separate from her husband. Because some parents do that. Leave him. Leave that loser, this and that. No. If he has problems, the man, they should talk to him. If this man has problems, yes. Sometimes, yes, the parents may say, look, you can't go to him because he got issues. Some real issues. But if the man is nice, righteous, alhamdulillah, no, they shouldn't tell her, just leave him. Okay? So he said, in addition, the wife is not to obey her parents when they ask her to separate from her husband, nor should she obey them when they ask her to visit them if her husband disagrees. And this is because her obedience to her husband is worthier than that of her parents. You see? Her husband have more rights. Yes, her parents have rights, but her husband have rights as well. The ulama, they says, if the husband said to her, stay home today, and her parents says, no, we want you to go for, I don't know, for fun, to go to the park with us. She shouldn't go without her husband's permission. And she shouldn't have no problem. She's not going to give him a hard time when he comes back from work now. She has a bone really waiting for him. La, and some beef. Huh? Nah. Nah. And she's not going to cook that day. She's not going to do anything. Why? Because she got a problem with him. She got a problem with herself. Because she don't understand what is right and what is not. The husband has no problem. He did what he's supposed to do. She's the one that have a problem. She has to understand that that's okay for her husband to say, don't leave the house today, or don't go here, or that woman, or this person, I don't want her to my house. Sometimes you find, for example, a family member, but they troublemakers. And the husband is like, I don't want that cousin of yours to be in the house, or your sister to be in the house. I don't want. She should say, Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khair. Actually, you know what? Allahu Akbar. That's what I was waiting to hear from you. She don't give him no hard time. To illustrate, it is narrated that the paternal aunt of Hussein came to the Prophet ﷺ, and he asked her, that's his aunt, he asked her ﷺ, do you have a husband? Meaning, are you married? When she replied in the affirmative, she said, yes, she's married. Prophet ﷺ said to her, see your status with him, whether you try to satisfy him or not, meaning to be nice to him and comply with whatever orders he gives that go along with Allah's legislation. For he is your paradise and your fire. Allahu Akbar. The husband. If a woman obey her husband and do what is legislated, she'll enter paradise, or otherwise she will enter the hellfire. It depends on the way the wife treats her husband. SubhanAllah. This is serious. Then the Shaykh says, in the point number 16, ويجب على الزوج إذا كان له أكثر من زوجة أن يساوي بينهن في القسم بتوزيع الزمن بينهن لقوله تعالى وعاشروهن بالمعروف سورة النساء وقال تعالى فلا تميلوا كل الميل فتذروها كالمعلقة سورة النساء قال وتمييزه لبعضهن عن بعض ميل يدع الأخرى كالمعلقة. Now the last point in this chapter, and something that we're gonna conclude this chapter with, the Shaykh he mentioned now, if the husband has more than one wife, and more meaning up to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is Alhamdulillah legislated. There is so many benefits in that, but there is so many guidelines also, and that need to be in place. Okay, now, if the husband has more than one wife, it is obligatory for him to treat them as equals, and to divide the time he spends with them justly. He don't just gonna choose one of them and be with her and neglect the other one or the other two or the other three. That's not permissible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and live with them in kindness. Surah An-Nisa, verse 19. Also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah An-Nisa, verse 129. So do not incline completely toward one and leave another hanging. قال وتمييزه لبعضهن عن بعض ميلا يدع الأخرى كالمعلقة. This means that when the husband favors one of his wives over the other, it makes the other as if suspended or hanging. For she has a husband and does not have him at the same time. She's married, but where is the husband? Don't talk to her, he's not there for her, nothing. She's married with no husband. And that's a problem for the men. You want to get married, you got to look at this. You got to be just. نعم. وعماد القسم والمبيت الليل لأن الليل يأوي فيه الإنسان إلى منزله ويسكن إلى أهله وينام على فراشه مع زوجته عادة ومن معاشه في الليل كالحارس ونحوه فإنه يقسم بين نسائه في النهار ويكون النهار في حقه كالليل في حق غيره. The Shaykh said, in this regard, the equal treatment the husband gives each is mainly based on his just division of the nights he spent with them. This is because the night is the time when a man goes back home, finds tranquility with his family, and generally goes to bed with his wife. As for those who mainly work at night, such as the security guards and the like, those people who work on a third shift and at night, they are to divide daytimes among their wives now. It's the other way around. As daytime for them is regarded as night for others. Okay? ويقسم للحائض والنفساء والمريض من زوجاته لأن القصد السكن والأنس وذلك يحصل بمبيته عندها ولو لم يطأ. Likewise, he says, even if one's one of one's wives is in her menses, or she gave birth, or she is sick, she is still entitled to have her equal share of one's time. Right now. And this is because the husband's presence with his wife creates intimacy and affection between them, even if without having any intercourse. Now, وليس له أن يقدم بعضهن على بعض في بداءة القسم إلا بالقرعة برضاهن بذلك لأن البداءة بها دون غيرها تفضيل لها والتسوية بينهن واجبة. In addition, the Shaykh says, it is not for the husband to set the order of his wives in his schedule according to his own desire. Rather, it is to be done by means of drawing lots or by the consent of all of his wives. This is because placing a certain wife first in the husband's schedule means that he favors her over the others, while it is obligatory for him to treat them all as equals. You find a man, subhanAllah, has two wives or three, and he always with one, and whatever he wants to do is with her, he travel with her, he consult her. The other ones got nothing to say whatsoever. They don't even see him. Or it's worse, if they tell him something, he said, talk to so-and-so. Why they have to talk to so-and-so? You the husband. نسأل الله السلامة والعافية. قال وليس له أن يسافر بإحداهن إلا بقرعة أو برضاهن لأنه صلى الله عليه وسلم كان إذا أراد السفر أقرع بين نسائه فمن خرج سهمها خرج بها معه. And the last point, on the other hand, he says the husband is not entitled to take one of his wives along with him on a journey and leave the others, unless he draws lots among them, or all his wives give their consent. This is based on the fact that whenever the Prophet ﷺ intended to go on a journey, he drew lots among his wives and took with him the one upon whom the lot fell. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those who, when they hear the speech and the advice, they follow them and act upon them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings affection and love and tranquility and joy and peace in the marriages of the Muslims. وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Now, what are some of the benefits, إخوان? Okay, we'll start with those who are not married first. Go ahead. And especially you're 6 years old. You're 6? 7? 7 and 6, they neighbors. Go ahead. All right, he's 7 years old. He's going to start these benefits. We'll see, inshallah. You might find in the river what that you don't find in the ocean. That's what they say. قد يوجد في النهر ما لا يوجد في البحر. تفضل. أحسنت. The wife should always ask her husband before she leaves the house, right? That's what you said? Very good, very good. Now, here's Hudayfa. You're 8 or 9? 8. Okay, mashallah. You guys getting even though you have a long run, but you're trying to get in it from now, alhamdulillah, mashallah. Now, emergency, I know. That the woman should not leave the house without the permission of her husband, unless if there is a valid reason, a necessity or something. Ahmed, 11, 12. Okay, so you're close. I know. The wife should obey her husband in ma'roof, in that which is permissible. If he tell her some nonsense, no obedience, okay? No. Mahmoud. Ahsant. If the husband is working, maintaining the household, the woman should not be looking for jobs. Abdurrahman. Abdullah. If the wife leave, who's supposed to stay back? She should. If the husband leave, she should wait until the husband is back and ask him. Yes, but you're right. But these days, alhamdulillah, we have phones. For example, let's say something come up. Like, for example, the husband is at work, and then the wife, her mother calls and she's like, look, I'm very sick. I want to take me to the doctor, and she's the only one available. Or bring me some food. Or I just fell off the steps. She just go. Or if she, to be nice, to send a text message to her husband. Look, my mother just called and she really need me. Okay? And then he's like, oh, go ahead. No problem. No. Yes. And you're 6 years old? 6? MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar. Speak up. Now the woman, she want to go to work, but she neglect the baby, right? She take him to daycare, to another people, strangers, right? That's a good thing or a bad thing? Very good. I agree with you. That's not. Now. Ahsant. Naam. If the wife, she want to visit her parents, family, now she asks her husband, and if there is no problem, the husband, he will take her there and he'll let her visit with her family. Naam, Ahmed. Ahsant. If a man has more than one wife, he's supposed to live with them equally and deal with them with justice and equally. Jazakumullah khair. We run out of time. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. بعد الصلاة إن شاء الله.